All right, it is now time to do our NFL predictions for week number 5. And through 4 weeks, I have 43 points. My 18-year-old son, Ethan, he has 40. My 15-year-old son, Brady, has 41. And Lincoln, my 6-year-old, has 35. Now, Lincoln is only 6, and he likes to make a lot of upset predictions. And we got a bunch right last week. Like he had Kansas City over Baltimore. I don't know if that was really an upset. But he had the Giants beating the Chargers. Nobody had that. He had New England over Carolina. Not an upset, but he went, he was by himself on that. He had Pittsburgh over Minnesota. So he got a lot of double points last week. We'll see how he does this week, starting out with tonight's game. You have the San Francisco 49ers taking on the division rival Los Angeles Rams. Now, I don't understand the 49ers. They had a lot of injuries last year. They have a lot of injuries this year, quarterback out, and they're still 3-1. Brady, Lincoln, and Ethan all picked the Niners to win again. I'm going with the Rams. I think the Rams are better. They're 3-1 as well. This game is usually always competitive. I got the Rams, though, winning this, and hopefully I'll get double points for that. Moving on to Sunday's games, you got Minnesota at Cleveland, even though I think this game is out of the country. I'm not 100% sure on that. Ethan and Brady got Minnesota. Lincoln and I went with Cleveland. Now, this would be one of the Lincoln's upset picks. I went ahead and went with Cleveland. They beat the Packers a couple weeks ago. J.J. McCarthy's out, even though Wentz is playing better. I got Cleveland winning this, so it could really go either way here. We got it split, Ethan and Brady with Minnesota, Lincoln and I with Cleveland. Lincoln's got the Raiders over the Colts. Colts are 3-1. Raiders are 1-3. Ethan, Brady, and I will have the Colts winning, and they should. There should be no problem there. Philly's going to win. They're going to lose a game eventually. They've had a lot of games that are pretty close. Denver's good, so it could be this game. Lincoln went with Denver, but the rest of us still have Philly winning. I think Philly wins it. They're at home. I don't see Philly losing this, but Philly's not. They're the best team in the NFC for sure. Maybe in all of football, but. And pretty much you might as well just show up they've won the East already. But they're gonna lose a couple games. Baltimore, they're 1-3, but they've had a tough schedule. Now losing Jackson, we're taking on Houston, also 1-3. Everybody else, myself, Lincoln, Ethan, we got Houston winning this. Brady, he's a Baltimore fan. He went ahead and went with Baltimore. I don't know who their backup is. Used to be Huntley. I don't think it's him anymore. Houston's not very good, but I went ahead and went with Houston winning this with all their injuries and their losses. Miami's bad. Carolina's bad. Now, Carolina had a big win over Atlanta a couple weeks ago. It kind of surprised a lot of people. Miami finally won last week, and then now they lost Hill. Everybody else has got Miami, Ethan, Lincoln, and Brady. I went ahead and went with Carolina. Both these teams are bad, and they're not going anywhere. We all have Dallas over the Jets. We're Cowboys fans. If they cannot beat the Jets, who are 0-4, the Cowboys are not good, though. I'm not going to say that they are. We also, Lincoln, Ethan, and I have the Giants. They started that new rookie last week. I think he was a rookie last year. Dart, I believe is his name. New Orleans is bad. They haven't got a win all year. 3 out of the 4 of us have the Giants over the Saints, but Brady went ahead and went with the hometown Saints. Tennessee's bad as well, 0-4. The Cardinals are better. Ethan and I both have Arizona. Lincoln and Brady went with Tennessee, but Arizona's definitely a better team here. 2 solid teams, 3-1 teams, Tampa at Seattle. I don't believe the hype on Seattle. People are talking they're going to be really good. I don't know. Darnold, eventually he'll start playing like Darnold, the old Darnold of old. We all have the Bucs here bouncing back after their loss to the Eagles. Detroit, we also all have Detroit. Cincinnati is bad. They don't have Burrow. Detroit has been playing very well after their week 1 bad loss to Green Bay. We all got Detroit winning this. Washington, they're definitely not the team they were last year. The Chargers are better. They lost last week to the Giants, which was a surprise. But Ethan and I have the Chargers winning this. I think they bounce back. I think they beat the Commanders, but Lincoln and Brady both went with Washington. We also all have Buffalo. They're going to be wearing those cool uniforms, those white uniforms, on Sunday Night Football. New England is not horrible. I think there's an outside chance they win this, but they're in Buffalo. It's prime time. They're playing great, just as good as anybody. We all have Buffalo winning it. And then Kansas City, they won last week. Of course, they've got Worthy back. I think they start rolling. I really do. And they're going to beat Jacksonville. Even though Jacksonville is 3-1, we all have Kansas City over Jacksonville. With a bye this week, Atlanta, Chicago, Green Bay, and Pittsburgh. Thanks for watching. Week number 5. We'll see where our points are at after this week.